Hola, amigos. It's our TED Talk class. Today's topic is how playing an instrument benefits your brain. And we decided to have a live concert instead of just speaking. So we have an instruments, drums, balalaika, guitar, piano, and so on. Our solo today is Teacher Lee, right? And we have a back vocal Diana and Leila. So it's going to be good.
Thank you.
Okay, so it was a joke, of course. Any volunteer to retold us the content of the video, the TED Talk? Someone? Lynn, do you want to? Hello? No.
Hello?
Hello. Have you seen the video?
Sorry, there.
Okay, let's start from someone else. Leila, can you please retold us the content of the video?
My dear friends, as I told you before, I just watched it just an hour ago in a very quick way. But what I have understood that playing musical instrument or listening to music has been proved that it increases a lot of things. It benefits our brain, our body, and it helps us a lot. And I didn't watch the video with a lot of interest because I was really tired. So I think Diane is the best person here to tell us what is happening in the video.
Okay. Nice move.
Because I told you, I just came home.
Okay. But you wrote your questions. That's why I supposed you watched the video.
Yeah, I watched it, but some parts I didn't even listen.
Okay. Well, Jart, what do you understand from this video?
I've understood that playing musical instruments activates many zones of our brain. So that's what it's like a sort of gymnastics for our brain.
Yes, very good. So the video is short. That's not too much points in it, but we can take it like a wide topic, like something about music. Teacher Lee, please.
Basically, the gist of the video was scientists can monitor your brain activity when you do a task. And what they found was they measured people that did a task, and then they measured the brain activity of people that listened to music. And they found that people listening to music had more brain activity than people just doing ordinary tasks. And then they found out if you play a musical instrument, you have even more brain activity than if you listen to music. So the overall gist of it is if you play a musical instrument, you can maximize the development of your brain capabilities.
Good. So, Leila, please.
After I watched the video, I just read an article and I have learned something that I would like to share with you. It is also a kind of pain relief. Teacher Lee, how do you pronounce it? It's endorphin. It promotes the kind of hormone endorphin, and it it gives us a kind of pleasure, and we get rid of the stress. Thank you.
You mean listening, right?
Playing or listening, whatever.
Okay, because it's impossible to play without listening, right?
Yeah. But I just
Why not? It's possible. If we are thinking about Beethoven, he was deaf. So
Yes.
Yes.
yeah.
Nice example. Okay. So do we agree? Do we not agree? Do we have a facts against or for that? Diana.
Well, I don't think that we have facts against, because we had all those scientists proving that with their, machines. So who are we to prove them wrong? I don't have the special instruments to prove them wrong, and I actually believe them. I believe in technology and science.
Mhm.
So, well, I think they're right.
Okay, so they're right. Okay. Yes, teacher Lee?
I just want to say, we do have a saying in English that music soothes the savage beast.
Mm.
That means if there's like a wild animal that's just going on a killing rampage and you start playing music, it will tend to calm him down. That's kind of our belief
Yeah.
or superstition.
Yeah, it depends on music. There is a kind of music that actually does not do that to me. If you play the wrong kind of music, it does the opposite.
I
So be
totally
careful
agree.
with the choice, yes, with the music choice.
Yes, yes. If you used to visit an opera, for instance, it can be different. It can be.
Yeah.
I can't explain it. My English not so rich. Okay. So we agree. We don't have too much what is that? Competency to prove it wrong, right? So let's start from our questions. We have a few interesting ones. So what are the other things can do the benefits as much as playing an instrument as let me get again. What are the other things can do the benefits as much as playing an instrument do? The question from Vasans. Vasans, what do you think?
Yes, for example, doing something, trying to write something from your left hand if you are a right-hander. So doing some silly things can do the same. So I am asking for that kind of example.
So do something unusual. What makes your brain work hard? Makes your
yes.
How we call that? Hemisphere or how? Sphere of the brain? I forgot.
Hemisphere.
Hemisphere. So should get outside your comfort zone like that. But I can't imagine something which need all your brain. Gerard, what is your trick? What you use instead?
I don't know.
Brain?
Instead of playing musical instrument, but it's a good suggestion too.
But we don't know how much other activities activate our brain, so we don't have other activities to compare with.
Actually,
Only listening.
According to the video, no other activity activates the brain on the same level as playing the musical instrument. So actually, it's like the most beneficial one, according to this little TED talk we're talking about. So I don't know. I don't have this scans, all those scanners. I cannot prove it, but but we believe it, right?
Yes, but does it look I don't know, likely or unlikely? For me, it's too hard, too strong. How to say it? Too strong statement. How it's possible? How it's possible then only playing musical instrument can do such effect for you? What about I don't know? What about playing hockey?
Playing chess.
Play chess, yes. For instance, you need a lot of things to do. Leila?
Ivan, dancing, doing sports, doing yoga, these kind of things. And as you have mentioned before, playing hockey, baseball, it depends on your personality. You have to find out what you want and which makes you feel, happy. But dear teacher Lee has written the left-brained people and right-brained people enjoy different things. As a teacher, we studied this. So we will talk about these things later, but musicians use both hemispheres.
Okay, but it sounds strange for me because I used to play musical instrument. I used to play hockey, and I think it's it's not easy, not so much easy to say that it doesn't affect my brain, for instance. And I thinking about that, and I see the problem. I see the problem when you are inside this machine, inside this scanner, you just can't play hockey.
Ivan, I mean, were you so enthusiastic, or were you playing for the sake of playing? Think about it, because I can't sing very well, but I can dance. And when I'm dancing, I just forget everything. So that's why I'm asking you.
Sorry, Leila, asking me what?
Asking you this. Do you really want it? I'm sorry. Did you really want to play hockey, or did you really want to play an instrument? Or you said, okay, for the sake of playing something, I will do that. I will do this. Because there is a difference. What do you think, Diane?
Well, I think that, okay, so the task of playing a musical instrument involves a lot of activities, you know, like when you're reading the music, when you're reading this, you are analyzing, right? You are using your analytical skills, like left hemisphere, whatever, like mathematical type of thinking. So at the same time, simultaneously, you need to approach like your fine motor skills, because you're using your fingers, yeah, your hands while doing that. So I think that this actually, that is why we have to use different parts of the brain, you know. And I think that because of this, because of doing as many different tasks at the same time, so due to this, our brain functions are enhanced in that, you know, so according to the video. So I think that, well, playing music with pleasure or without pleasure, that's another thing. So, but in order to read the music and to produce the sounds, yeah, to make melody and the rhythm, so a lot of stuff going on. Actually, we've been talking with Bozhena's music teacher about that. She told that actually like 9-10 operations are child has to do, you know, like every second while trying to play music. That is why it is so beneficial. So I don't know. But of course,
Okay.
other activities are also help to develop brain. But I do believe that playing music is, you know, really like tricky thing to teach and to do.
Leila?
It is a talent, I believe. You know, an innate talent. I think the usage of two hemispheres of the brain makes the people, let's say the musicians, to solve the problems fast, and they can be more creative. So what I'm thinking is that maybe I'm not good at singing, but I am in love with music.
Okay. Lynn, please.
Okay, I agree with Diana that playing music is a tricky skill, right?
Mm-hmm. So do you
Because
play?
we have to. Can you hear me clearly?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So we
So
have to reach a note while we are simultaneously playing the instrument. It's a difficult thing for me, at least.
well, I agree. When we play a musical instrument, we have a lot of things to do. Our hands do different jobs usually, right?
Yeah.
It's different. We have to read in the same time. We have to listen and correct yourself in the same time. So it's a lot of things to do. But do you think that it's only in musical playing? What about hockey player? He not only run and
Yeah.
that's all. he do a lot of things. He watching our teammates, other teammates. He watching the ball. I don't know how to name it, ball in the hockey. He watches the other enemies and so on. A lot of things to do. It's time to time to think about it. Gerard, what do you think?
Yeah.
Yes, I think there are many activities which can use many of our skills, our senses at the same time. So
Yes, I think that it's not rather like many other activities. I think it's almost everything what we do. Just cooking, for instance, it takes a lot of different skills at the same time. I adding salt with one my hand, and I'm stirring something with other hand, and thinking about what to add next when I'm cooking. So it looks the same for me.
I can explain.
Okay.
I think because when you are playing hockey, you are handling something, right? So you give that gives the workout for your body. But when you are playing instrument, you are creating a melody. So there is a difference between creation and handling. So you are creating a melody because melody excites you. So there is a double benefit. So you can listen to the music and you are creating something. So I think that excites our mind, and that gives the more functionality to your brain, I think.
Okay, I agree with that. But have you seen the face of a player who just made a goal? Looks like he's excited too.
So he might have just how to say plunged into the music.
Okay, so hard to distinguish for me. I think that creativity exists in any process if you want to. So it's unclear for me what makes the playing musical instrument so special. Can we name any part which doesn't exist in other activities?
Well, I
Because
think
music inside us. Oh, sorry, teacher.
Go ahead.
Because music is inside our human body, so we have a vibration inside our body. So even if we are listening to any music and the music cuts off, we can again actually our mind plays the music continuously, and we can how to say that, when the song plays again, and we can go through the wave, right? We can follow the wave. It fits the rhythm. So I think I can't explain right now. I hope you understand.
Okay, teacherly.
I think music involves a lot of different aspects of your brain. Again, as I mentioned in chat, the scale itself is a mathematical progression of sound tones. So that engages your logical brain, the mathematical progression of the scales, and your oral, your listening. You're looking at the notes, so you're engaging your visual sense. And you're also doing, as someone said, fine motor skills. You're using your fingers to exactly produce notes, sometimes in groups of notes, chords. So you're doing fine motor skills. You may be moving your body to the rhythm. So gross motor skills. You're reading. You're listening. You're kind of using emphasis. And I think all of that together, plus you're listening to the music that you produce, which is the endorphins that was mentioned. So all of these things together, I think, is why it just engages so much of your mind and your creativity. If you can read the note and play the note, but you can use your creativity sometimes to add some special effect to the note. So that creativity adds a little extra mental activity.
Okay. But I think Gerard can say you the same about his exercises in the gym.
Yes, but I think maybe the difference is someone who plays an instrument is enjoying the music, is not also doing something. So they are doing something that they actually enjoy.
Okay. I think it's what Vasant's tried to say. That it's kind of live inside us, and when it's fit, what we produce and what live inside us, it's pleasure ourselves, pleasure, I don't know, the player, and it's make special effect. Okay, good one. So I think we answered this question. Let's go to another one from me. If playing musical instrument is so beneficial for our brain, why musicians don't rule our world?
Because they are not interested.
Okay, good one. So they so fit themselves, they just need not to rule the world, right?
Yeah, their brain is so superior, they just don't want to, go down and rule those
Wow.
small people.
I love it.
Okay. So, but seriously, if they are so good, if it's a so good exercise, why we don't force every children to do that?
I think that we should, actually. I think that we should, should teach every child to play a music instrument, at least for some time, I think it is very beneficial, and everyone should do that and can do that. And then, okay, if you do have a gift, if you do have a talent, you can proceed. And if you really love it, you can do it on your own. But I think that the more kids would do that, the better it will be for everyone, for teachers, for schools, for everyone, and for kids, of course.
Leila?
I was going the same thing. We have started a kind of new methodology classes here. It was a kind of pilot class, and we started teaching English using music and ask the kids to play the instruments they want to. Of course, we have got the special teachers in the classroom, and suddenly I have realized that children are enjoying themselves a lot, more than a lot. And I think we will go on this methodology. And as for Diane saying that we should, I agree, we should do that. Singing, dancing, and playing the instrument. And we never say anything about this. Kids playing, oh, you're just playing the drum very badly. We never say. Instead, we are encouraging them. Thank you.
Okay, but let me share you my personal story. When I was young, I was forced to play balalaika, and I wasn't happy about that. Really, it was a bad time for me because I understand all the creativity of the process, all the things. But before you came the level when you can be creative, you have to do a lot of routine. You have to adjust your hands, your brain, understand things, and it's a monotonous process. It's long, and I wasn't able to overcome it. So I wasn't happy, and that's why when my wife decided our boy will go to the musical school, I said no, he will be happy one. So Leila, please.
We never force. For example, I can't play any musical instruments. If you ask me, I would like to play drums, because I know that it is a health-boosting activity. But I can't. Nobody forces me. And as a teacher, we never force the kids. Instead, we encourage. If they want to, why not? If they don't want to, they dance.
Okay, Gerard.
Another point. I think here we are overrating the fact that playing instruments activate many zones of our brain. It's like because you do some sport, you are not going to win Olympic medal, So we are thinking, okay, because we're instrument musicians should be very intelligent, but that's not it.
Yes, it's a good point, because we see this red squares on the scanner. It does not especially mean that you will be happy, of course, or you will be very special at that. It's just there is no direct logic between that. you can use all your brain and will be unhappy in the same time. it's easy. But Leila, when you say that you just encourage, it's a word which I cannot say it. Yes, encourage children to play. I think it's not enough, because
No. Yeah, go ahead, please, my friend.
Because it's a long and hard process to master the instrument, and sometimes you need discipline. Sometimes you have to, I don't know, not to force, but to insist. You should do that. You should do that. You should overcome the step, and then you will have benefits from that. How to do that?
Ivan, when I'm telling you this story, I wanted to you to understand that not everybody could manage to play an instrument. This is a fact. As I told you before, this is what I believe. You need the talent to do something like that. So what I'm thinking is that when I encourage a child, I only say, wow, you're good. This is my encouragement. The rest depends on the kid and his family. For example, my son started playing the guitar, and at that time I was not able to buy him a guitar. He rented a guitar. So it was an encouragement. So I heard him playing in his room, practicing, and now you can listen to his songs on YouTube everywhere, because he is a graduate of Conservatoire art school. I never forced him, but I just tried to help him. As for me, I can only dance, nothing more.
Okay, Lynn, what about you? Do you play instrument? Was you forced to that? Lynn, any comments?
Oh, I learned to play piano.
Piano?
The sound is not clear for me. Hello? What do you think? Should we insist that our children should play the instrument to benefit them? Basans, tell us your story with your guitar. Was you happy about it?
Yes, I really happy, because I have already shared this thought to you, because it makes me happy, because I can handle something and I can create some melody, so it excites me really.
Okay, so yes, things are easy when you have a have a talent and encourage to do that. Diana, what do you think?
Well, we are just talking about encouraging and not insisting, not pushing. But, in our childhood, there are so many things which are pushed by our parents, go into school. Why should we go to school? Why should we push our children to go to school and sit at those boring mathematical classes? And okay, but don't insist on playing a musical instrument. It can hurt the child forever, he will hate that. Well, I don't know. I don't see the difference. Why should we push a child to play to do mathematical problems and not to push the child to play musical instrument? I think, me personally, that the child will benefit from piano class, guitar class much more. Yes, karate class, of course. So much more than white belt. Go, go, go. You see, the child is very happy that she's having a white belt. So I don't know. I don't see why we should encourage this and do not encourage that.
Gerard, your question?
Yes, I think those benefits we are talking about, they only apply to people who really enjoy doing this activity.
I didn't
So-
enjoy mathematics at school, but I learned it for many, many years. I didn't enjoy it. I hated that,
But I'm talking about the benefits of playing an instrument, activating so many parts of our brain. Do you think it's the same if you are enjoying playing?
I think that when I started playing the instrument, when my mom, well, actually, she did not push me. She just asked me if I want to, but I didn't know all those facts, being a child and everything. I didn't know that it would benefit my brain. I just enjoy the music. I liked listening to it. My mom didn't know all those facts. She just took me, found the teacher for me, and that was it, And I studied for many years, actually. So, but that's not the point. We're not talking about, as this video said, it just, we found out about these facts, like during the last 10 years, 20 years, but probably most people are not aware of those facts, but still, it does not, we still benefit from that. And a lot of people start playing musical instruments just because they love playing the musical instruments. And well, I don't know. I don't think that many people think, okay, this is beneficial for the brain development. That's why I should push my child to go to the musical school. I don't think that many people do that.
Why? Why then do that?
Who does that? Your mom did that?
I didn't ask it. I didn't ask why. So
Ask your mom. Why did you do that to me? I hated that. But we can see the result, Ivan. We can see you a highly developed human being, like being so, like a wonderful learner and a very entertaining guy. So that was balalaika. That was balalaika first.
It was because I missed so many classes of balalaika. And I enjoyed math in my youth and did that. So I don't think it's balalaika. I think it's mathematics. Gerard?
Okay.
I think the video doesn't tell us how much playing an instrument benefits our brain. So that's important because we are talking about maybe encouraging our children to play a music instrument, but we don't know. We don't have enough information to do that because it only benefits a little bit. Do you think that's worth waste our time playing an instrument, especially if our children don't like it?
I agree that the video is kind of speculative. They show some graphs and said, you see, it's a red zone. Do that. It's not enough, guys. Leila?
When I was a kid, my mom said to me, a lady should play the piano. So you're going to start playing the piano. The second lesson with my piano teacher, she called my mom and said, please, I can't go on because I didn't listen to her. I hated, just having the piano classes. And because I knew that I couldn't manage. But I did just the opposite to my son. And as a teacher, as years pass by, I have learned one thing. We mustn't force anybody. Our childhood was different because everybody forced us to do something. Now, I don't force any of the kids, but instead, I have realized that playing the instrument is a kind of privilege. I wish I could.
Teacher Lee, please.
I was just saying, I know what you're saying, Layla, but I kind of disagree a little bit because kids are undisciplined and they want instant gratification. They want to go out and play. If you don't force them to do certain things, they will never, ever do it. So in some cases, you have to weigh the pros and cons. And if the pros are more than the cons, kind of forcing them to do it for their own good might be the correct thing to do. But, you know, you'd have to look at different situations.
Leila, please.
I agree, but to some extent. I agree with Lee, you know, but when musical instruments are concerned, I don't think I could.
I think it's
Right.
not about musical instruments. I think about how we learn in general. Sometimes to speak English, we need to do some boring things. We need to learn, I don't know, thousands words. Is it something? Is it a pleasure just to learn the words? No.
Friends, there is a saying in English: if there is a will, there is a way. You see, you're a determined learner, Ivan. Gerard is like that. And Vasant is like that. I hope our new friend Lynn will be like that. So I agree with you, but music is something, how can I say? I believe that it is a special gift. Can I make myself clear?
Well, if you have a talent to something, not to music, for languages, for something else, when it's easy for you, you have an instant gratification, as teacher Lee said. It's just an easy thing for you. Of course, it's easy. Of course, it's easy to master it because you need not to learn these thousands words. You just read it once and you go into grammar, to speaking classes, to something else. But if you not so good at that, you have to spend, I don't know, a year for boring thing. And
What if you are determined?
what
Yes?
is determined? It's a kind of forcing yourself. No one forcing me, but I do that for me, right?
My dear friend, you are willing to learn English. It is your choice.
Not yet. I want to speak English, but not to learn it.
Diane, help me.
Well, I understand what Ivan is talking about. I think that sometimes, you know, Leila, being a teacher and telling that you do not force your students to do anything, well, I think it is not completely true. Your
No.
students have to do tests, right? They have to learn grammar. They have to learn pronunciation, all those boring stuff. And then you once in a while, you are just presenting them with a fun lesson when they just have fun and do nothing like that. But we have to do boring stuff every day. I still cannot understand why I had to learn math every day and I didn't have to learn how to play the piano at school. I would prefer piano classes. I would prefer guitar classes. I would prefer dance classes. Why was I forced to do something which I did not enjoy? So I don't see the difference. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't see the difference. Why we should push one thing and don't push another one.
Okay. I understand. Ivan, can I say something?
Okay.
I haven't mentioned this to you, but I'm working for a private language school. It is not a typical school, Diane. So it is the teacher's initiative what to do and what not to do, taking the students' nature into consideration. So that's why I'm just telling that we never force the children to do anything. Of course, class management is something really, really different and very important. But this is a private language course. That's why I'm working at weekends.
Okay, Gerard?
I think being a musician is something that is not usually instilled, because also most musicians are people who like music, and on the contrary, parents they say you are not going to make your living doing music. So it's not that parents instill, okay, be a musician, you are going to earn a lot of money. So I think it's something that in most cases comes naturally.
Mhm.
Okay, I would give those parents to talk to Mick Jagger, for example. Just, you know, like, okay, you cannot make money with your music, right? So, and the multimillionaire or billionaire like Paul McCartney or something, someone like that. Yeah, I understand what you're talking about, Gerard, but well, okay. Sometimes, you know, I like my mathematical example, yeah. So I had to learn that, but I've never became a mathematician, and I'm not Albert Einstein, you know. But I had to do that every day. So yeah, and Albert Einstein was the exception as well as Mozart and Beethoven and other guys, right? So I still cannot get that. Talent is one thing, but the skill is another thing, right? A lot of guys, you know, like everyone can play a musical instrument. Of course, not everybody can be a good player, a good musician, right? So, but it does not mean that we shouldn't try it, you know. So, but if you don't try it, you'll never learn. You just live your life thinking that I was not born to be a musician. I was not born to play a musical instrument. But it is not true. It is not true. I think that everybody can benefit from it, from learning how to play.
I think in the case of Mozart, he was instilled to play music, but he had talent as well. So that's a very good coincidence, serendipity, maybe we could call that. And that's very difficult because many people may have very good skills to do something, but they are not going to have the chance to find out that.
That's right, right. And Mozart had father who just made him play every day, you know. So in order for Mozart to be a good musician at 4 and 5, he had to start playing at what, 2, probably 1. I don't know. Yeah.
But is it a normal thing? Can we produce good musicians without, you know, they will, just because we want to?
No.
I don't think so. So we just waste our time and their time.
Well, of course, there should be a gift, of course. Without that, it is impossible. But, you know, I have some examples, you know, like, okay, Mozart is one, Paganini is another one. His father was very strict with him. He just pushed him so hard. And the result is we had a genius, you know. So, but of course, he was very, very talented, very gifted.
But I think that the key here is push it too much. So if we push someone too much to, you know, to hockey or to math, it will be done. So sometimes it works, in my opinion.
Well, if you push me too much into hockey, I doubt it could be done. In my case, sorry, Ivan.
It's a question of time, I think. Okay. Any new comments, Vasants? Why you so silent today?
No, actually, in my opinion, I agree with Teacher Lee, because if we just let the children know there is a door and they would choose, they would open the door and they would choose whether they want to go in or not. So the same thing happens with that music. So just let them know they can play music and they will decide if they want to play that or not to continue. So I think that's way is the good one. And one more interesting thing in music is, if you play an instrument, it will not confront you, right? It will obey you, whatever you say, whatever you command. So it doesn't happen with any other activities. So that, I think, that excites a human mind.
Okay. Lynn, any comments? Would you like to add something?
Okay, I agree with Teacher Lee too. If we let children to do what they want, they just choose to play games, right?
Okay.
To control their behavior somehow. Yeah.
So we have a consensus, right? Or
Yeah.
not? As usually we always have a consensus, or how it's called. So we should to open that door. We should to try with our children, and if they are not happy without that or have no talent, I don't know how to know that. even when they try it, how can we say this one don't have a talent, this one will not be a musician? It's hard to say. It's hard to say without spending 5 years for that, and after that it's already late. Already late to cue it. Well, I have an example. My sister played violin, and I don't know was she happy about that or not, but she spent 7 years for that, and after it was too late to cue it that. So, so the thing is done.
So what was the damage? What is the damage now? So you say that it is hard to cure that. So
Yes, but I have never seen that she took a violin to play for herself.
mhm.
It's always was like I don't know.
A lot of yes, music school. I don't know, pupils who finish music school, they don't play anymore. Right, a lot of them. But I think that this is the problem of teaching approach. First of all, so teachers. We're not able, for all those years, we're not able to show the students the beauty of the music, the beauty of the practicing for I don't know, probably the goal was different, just to learn for the exams or whatever. I don't understand that. So why it's happening? So well, I can understand that probably this is the teaching problem, the approach problem.
Well, especially because I was a bad student, I would like to agree with you, but in my case, teacher was good.
Teacher can be good, but it can be not your teacher, So I cannot say that the teacher was bad. Like the student was right.
I changed several teachers.
Yeah.
So we know exactly the problem was in me, and and nothing to do with that. So I don't know. I would like to say that's because of wrong teaching, but I can't, unfortunately.
Okay, let's look at that from the different angle. Now, as far as I know, except opera, you tolerate jazz, right? So you appreciate, you appreciate music. You enjoy going to the concerts, right? Just listening to music. You can understand, like good music for you from not so good music for you. But this is also a good thing. Why not?
I don't. It can be so, but I don't think it's related to my exercises with Balaika.
Okay, I understand. But I think that I appreciate music. I'm not a musician myself, right? But I enjoy, like I have an eclectic kind of taste in music. Well, so I enjoy listening to a good classical piece, and I can enjoy a good jazz music and everything. So I can, I don't know, I think that a lot of I had a very nice teachers, several teachers. So I think that one of the teachers, he actually just gave me this love for the classical music. I enjoy listening to that. I can find beauty in some, classical pieces. So I don't know. It's personal, I think, for everyone. So.
Okay. So we almost run out our questions. We have the last one. Musicians are generally left-brained people. Do you agree? My answer is simple. I don't believe that left-right brain think, so I can.
You don't believe in left brain, left hemisphere and right hemisphere, Ivan?
Yes, yes.
I
have
general one.
Yes, that's the true fact.
I know they exist, but I don't believe they answer to other activities like that. Lynn, please.
Interesting.
Okay, you said that the right hemisphere is concerned with creativity, right? So musicians should be right brain people.
Okay.
Because they are more creative.
Diana, why what we have for what we have left brain, left hemisphere? For what? For
Logic,
discipline?
I think.
I'm not sure.
I think the left is logic and mathematics,
Logic, right?
and the right is creativity and art.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, but left
So
is also like the languages, right? It is also like analytical type of the left thing, right?
Maybe, yeah.
Well, I don't know, guys.
Well, but I should admit that there are a lot of mess in the music. It's true. They have a theory. They have musical
Theory, yes.
musical theory, and there are a lot of mess inside it, and it can't be only creative thing. They have a logic. They have a I don't know.
Yes, there is a lot of
theory.
logic over there. It's like different language, you know, like music language.
Mhm.
So notes, all those, yeah, a lot of theory, right?
Leila, would you like to?
My
add?
dear friends, it has been proved that they use both hemispheres or lobes, as teacher said, and it increases the volume and the activity of the brain, it says in the article. And it also said that using the two hemispheres makes the people more active and creative. Creativity is the right-brained people feature. Left-brained people, logical, analytic, and they are good mathematicians. I'm saying this because I have studied this recently.
Okay. So we have an expert.
It was said in the video that actually the playing music, it activates this bridge between the hemispheres. So that means that the signal goes back and forth faster and easier. That is why they say that playing music is beneficial, because this I don't remember the proper, this corpus something, I don't remember, colossum, something like that. So it is getting stronger. So that is like a good exercise. So, and this colossum, this corpus colossum, this is like the link between two hemispheres. So that's why playing music is so, yeah, it connects, right?
Mm-hmm. So don't play too much, it can be mixed together, right?
Absolutely, right. And then you won't get two times two, you know, you won't know what to do with that problem. Mm-hmm.
Okay, good one. So I think we we did it.
Sure.
Okay, no musicians, unfortunately, but as always, we can solve anything.
Mm-hmm.
We almost run out our time, and I already scheduled our new class. Please register, read, watch the video.
What's the topic?
I can't say.
Surprise. Okay, surprise.
Because I
Come
forgot.
on, choose something romantic.
Yes, it's romantic enough. It's about
Romantic.
starvation. About starvation and
Starvation.
children and so on.
Oh,
Thanks.
wonderful. Wonderful romance, yes.
Okay. Any last comments before we end? Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Without you, it's impossible.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ivan. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, bye, bye.
Bye bye. Bye bye.